So let's keep reading the article. They go on to say, for further study, read the giver and his gift. The giver is God, the only true God, the Father, the Holy Spirit. So again, their perspective is that God is the only source, and that the Holy Spirit is just another way of saying God as the source, and therefore the Holy Spirit, they're going to say, his gift is incorruptible seed, right? Reference to 1 Peter. His own divine nature, 2 Peter. Holy Spirit, the book of Acts. So God is the giver, and that which is given of God is spirituality, or spirit indwelling, or spirit empowering, spirit divine empowerment. Those types of things are believed by many Unitarians, not all, but many, as just gifts that God gives. In other words, God endows mankind with his own spirit, but we don't have to think of it as a separate person that's coming upon us. We can simply actualize it as the gift that God is pouring out upon us without saying it's a separate person. That's their perspective. I don't take that to its absurd extremity, but I think there's some aspects about what they're saying to be true, right? God, let me just kind of interject a little bit here. Maybe I'll insert a video that I have on this topic while I'm talking. I'll play the video and I'll talk in the background. Those of you in live class, you're not going to see this, only in post-production. But the idea is that in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit is often described as coming upon people, and it's very natural to read about the Holy Spirit dwelling within people in the New Testament, so much so that sometimes we get the incorrect interpretation that the Holy Spirit was not in people in the Old Testament, and therefore this is something radically different taking place after Acts chapter 2. But if you actually go back and read carefully, that's not quite the case. He was indwelling people in the Old Testament as well as coming upon people. And in the New Testament, we read verses where he's in versus on as well. So it's kind of an in versus on debate. And the point I'm trying to highlight in this interruption here is that when we refer to the Spirit of God as coming upon someone, as opposed to dwelling within them, then it's natural to describe it as a gift, as an imparting of a power or an ability, or some other feature of the Holy Spirit where he's motivating or empowering or moving a person to do something without necessarily indwelling that individual at a personal salvific level. So do you understand the slight difference? It's almost as if Unitarianism doesn't give credit for the Holy Spirit to be able to come into a person, as opposed to simply coming upon a person as a power or a gift or something like that. All right, so let's keep reading what this website has to say. Jesus expressed this truth in John 3:6, which reads, quote, "That which is born of spirit," as in God the giver, "is spirit," that is his nature, the gift. So that's their interpretation of this particular passage. God is the only true spirit, and that which comes from God is the gift from God, not necessarily the person sent from God, right? Jesus is a person. He's more than a gift in this example that I'm using. God sends Jesus into the world to teach the world how to find their way back to God the Father. In this relationship, God is giving Jesus as a gift to the world, but Jesus is more than just an ability or a good feeling. Jesus is a man. He's a person, right? He's a whole separate being. He's not completely God in the sense that he swallows up everything that what it means to when we say the Father. But in the Unitarian perspective, the Holy Spirit isn't given the benefit of being a separate person. He's relegated to a gift. He's relegated to an idea. He's relegated to a concept, an ability, a talent, or something else, right? They just say the gift. All right.